Hi, Steve Thomas from Harcourts. We're here at Richmond Exhaust and Radiator Specialists to get a radiator flush. We're going to talk to Bradley about why that's so important, and luckily enough, he's going to do one on my car. Bradley, how are you?
Good, mate. What a...
All good. Let's have a look at my car.
Have a look at the Commodore. Right, first thing you want to do, if you've got something that's coming in when it's hot, make sure there's not a huge amount of pressure in it. Slowly release the radiator cap and give it a twist.
It's not all going to come out?
No, there's not a lot of pressure on your one. Right. And just give it a little twist on the cap, facing away from you, let the pressure off, then you're nice and safe.
So tell us, why are we doing a radiator flush?
Well, if you have a look at that there, you see the colour? That's all corrosion, that's deposits, lack of maintenance over a lifetime of use of a car. So you want to clean them out, make sure that you flush the cooling systems regularly, and make sure you don't get that build up.
So look, it is coming out green through here. You've got the hose on, it's pushing the water through there. So that's how much is in the system.
So there's a lot in the system, yes. Yeah, but you see it's got that brown tinge to it.
And that smell.
Yeah. And the smell's just when the antifreeze is rotten. It's just horrid.
And it's still coming out green. There's more than I expected sitting in the heater system.
Yes, oh yeah. You'll take at least 40-50 litres to flush this through. Right. And get it clean. But at the moment all we're doing is cleaning through the heater circuit. Yes. And through basically the top half of the engine. Yes. Once this is running clear, then we'll take the radiator hose off the bottom again and where we started. Right. Drop that off, and then we'll go through and we'll flush the radiator and we'll push out the last of the contaminants that are in there. Okay, so we've flushed the cooling system, it's now running nice and clean. We want to make sure, on a lot of late model things, easier to have a funnel with a bleeder in it to fill them. But before we put our antifreeze back in, we always check the water pump. In this case, your water pump's in good condition. You'll feel it when you grab the pulley, if there's a lot of movement in the bearing on the shaft and the pulley. Also look for track marks, anything that's a telltale sign of antifreeze leaking, rusty marks. Right. Or white or pink marks, like almost crystallised. Yes. And you'll see little crystallised lines running down off your water pump. Around hose fittings and things like this. Anything there that's corroded and nasty, rusty, lumpy. And if your water pump fails, Bradley, is that a major? It is, because that's what circulates the water through the engine. Right. If it's not there doing its job, you're going to cook an engine, and then you've got a perfectly good car that's now worthless. Right. So, righto, we'll get some antifreeze back in there. Now there's a different quality in antifreeze as well you were talking about earlier. There is. There's cheap antifreeze. There's a lot of other antifreezes that they say are concentrate. You can see this is a concentrate. See how thick and dark it is. Yeah, it's not translucent. You can't see through it. Whereas a cheap antifreeze is. You get 50-50 mix antifreezes. Yes. The thing you've got to remember with that is you've got to use the 50-50 to fill your whole cooling system from empty. Right. With a concentrate, you've got to remember your engine block's already full of water. Yes. Your cylinder heads haven't got any water at the moment because we've drained the system. But we use a concentrate, we put that in, and then the water that's already in the engine that's nice and clean, we put in the correct amount of antifreeze and get it as close to the 50% ratio as possible. So when I've done this at home myself and I'm thinking I'm getting my mixes right, I've discounted the fact that there's water in the system already. Correct, yeah, and that's where a lot of people go wrong. This car of yours, Holden Commodore, is 6 litres of antifreeze. Right. There's no point flushing a cooling system and putting in 2 litres of antifreeze. You might as well not put antifreeze in because there's not enough there to do its job. Hope you've enjoyed watching that video. I hope you've picked up a little bit of information. A big thank you to Richmond Exhaust and Radiator Specialists at 4 Gladstone Road.